Hey Husker fans, Evan Bland here with Jimmy Watkins from the Omaha World-Herald, coming to you after practice number 13 for Nebraska football here this spring. It was transfer day. We heard from Trey Palmer, the receiver. We heard from a couple of defensive backs in Deshaun Singleton and Tommy Hill. We spoke with Anthony Grant, the running back, who's here from the JUCO ranks, and heard from, a little bit of everybody today. It was some good insight. Jimmy, you were with Scott Frost, who also spoke. What were some of the talking points from him today?
Well, it's spring ball week. It's spring game week. They're trying to hammer out all the details of the spring game because of all the injuries. They are not quite sure how the format is going to look yet. Frost said that there's going to be a longer discussion about that today. They want it to look as much like a scrimmage offense versus defense as they can, but they're still waiting to finalize those details. In general, Frost says that he'd love to see a little bit more of a tighter execution, but it's spring ball. That's kind of what this stuff is for. The final tweaks will be made in the fall and over the summer. He talked a lot about the quarterbacks. He likes what he's seeing out of them in moments. He just wants to see a little bit more consistency with them. He also talked a lot about the transfers. After all, it was transfer day. Anthony Grant's bringing a lot to the running back room. He likes that. His tone that he's setting in that room, he feels like a lot of the running backs are getting better because of Grant's presence there. He told a neat little anecdote about Trey Palmer during a 2-minute drill earlier in the spring. Trey Palmer said, "Hey, throw me a deep ball. We'll be out of here in 2 plays." Sure enough, a few plays later, Trey Palmer catches a deep ball, touchdown. It seems like that's the kind of player that Trey Palmer is on the field. Today, when he was speaking in the media, a man of few words, a lot of, you'll see on April 9th, a lot of not trying to give away too much. Frost kind of echoed those sentiments. You're going to see some, I think it was fun stuff was the phrase he used on Saturday, but you're not going to see everything because a lot of the stuff that they're doing right now hasn't been on tape yet. They don't want to give everyone a leg up. But Trey Palmer seems to be very excited about what Nebraska's offense is doing. He says Mark Whipple, he kind of grinned and then gave a whistle when asked about Mark Whipple. He said that guy knows what he's doing. I think he said he's nice with it. So there's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot being teased here at Nebraska spring practice. We're finally going to get to see it this weekend, Evan. Yeah,
I think, to me, swag was another theme of the day. So I spoke with Tommy Hill and Anthony Grant, and both of those guys, there's a confidence to them because they're not freshmen. They're not looking to break into the depth chart for the first time. I mean, they have both been on Division I rosters elsewhere. Tommy Hill specifically talking about how he wants to go one-on-one with Trey Palmer and how he wins some of those. I said, is Trey Palmer the fastest guy on the team? Tommy Hill says, no, I am. And he kind of, it comes from a childhood where he's a 6-year-old tackling his 11-year-old brother. And so I think, if nothing else, certainly there's some talent that these transfers bring in, but I think the attitude, especially coming off a 3-9 season, makes it really interesting moving forward too. Anything else on Trey, who, is going to be a playmaker for these guys this fall?
I mean, it's a little bit about the return game, talking about, we think of it as courage for those guys standing back there. Him and Tommy both talked about this. I pulled Tommy off to the side. They think of it as a skill set. They see the return game as an opportunity to showcase their athleticism. When they're looking up, they're not worried about getting hit. They're worried about, how am I going to make this guy miss? There's a lot of, like Evan said, there's a lot of swag at the skill positions on this team. There's a lot of confidence. That's a healthy injection after a team that went through a lot of negative momentum last season.
So spring football just about done. This was practice 13. They're going to practice on Wednesday. That'll be number 14. And then 15, spring game on Saturday on BTN. It'll be interesting to lay eyes on a lot of these players for the very first time in Nebraska uniforms. Stick with us all week. We'll have a lot of coverage coming out of today and Wednesday. See you guys on Saturday as well. Thanks for watching.